surprised him whenever he was cannon into.
Let's get up to Jerry for an intriguing fifth race of the afternoon.
Off and running over 2-1 in the William Hill Length and Eurods hurdle. Straight into the lead, Tactical Affair. Followed by Elixir D'Ainay. In third place is Whimsy. The grey is Action Motion, then Micromanage. And Cruisin' Susan. In single file, approaching the first flight. In the lead is Tactical Affair from Elixir D'Ainay. Whimsy, Action Motion, Micromanage. Cruisin' Susan. Swinging in for flights 2 and 3. Tactical Affair makes it for Jack Kennedy. In second is Elixir D'Ainay and Mark Walsh. Third is Whimsy, James O'Sullivan. And fourth is Action Motion, Daniel King. With the final couple, Micromanage, Paul Townend. Cruisin' Susan and QR, John Berry. Straightening for flights 2 and 3. Tactical Affair from Elixir D'Ainay, Whimsy, Action Motion, Micromanage, Cruisin' Susan, order unchanged. Coming on to flight number 3. Tactical Affair, followed by Elixir D'Ainay. Third is Whimsy. Fourth is Action Motion. Fifth is Micromanage. Sixth and last is Cruisin' Susan. Setting their sights on flight number 3. Tactical Affair joined by Elixir D'Ainay, who's into this third flight first. Takes it up with the circuit to race and the William Hill Length and Eurods hurdle. Pressing ahead, Elixir D'Ainay on the sidelines for as long as the last 3 Christmases. Tactical Affair second. And third is Whimsy, and then Action Motion, Micromanage, breaks away from Cruisin' Susan. As they go over the mound, downhill they go to the fourth flight. Elixir D'Ainay, the leader from Tactical Affair. And followed by Whimsy, Action Motion, Micromanage. These 5 have dropped Cruisin' Susan. On they go towards the fourth. Elixir D'Ainay. By a couple of lengths to Tactical Affair, Whimsy, Action Motion. Continuing in fifth is Micromanage, and then Cruisin' Susan. As they turn into the back straight with 5 flights left to jump. Elixir D'Ainay, Mark Walsh. By more than a length to Tactical Affair, Jack Kennedy. Third is Whimsy, James O'Sullivan, and Action Motion. Daniel King, Micromanage, Paul Townend. And detached, ever increasingly, Cruisin' Susan and Johnny Berry. Reaching the halfway stage, 5 flights left to jump. Elixir D'Ainay leads Tactical Affair, Whimsy, Action Motion. Edging closer in fifth is Micromanage, 8 in front of Cruisin' Susan. Heading to the fourth last flight. Elixir D'Ainay by 3 parts of a length to a length over Tactical Affair, then Whimsy. These 3 covered by under 3 lengths. Being followed out of the back straight by Action Motion. Followed then by Micromanage, well cleared of Cruisin' Susan. 5 furlongs to race, 3 flights to jump. Elixir D'Ainay. Tactical Affair back within 3 parts of a length to a length, then Whimsy. 2 lengths to Action Motion, joined for fourth by Micromanage. 3 left to jump. Elixir D'Ainay from Tactical Affair. Whimsy, Micromanage. Makes a run on the outside of Action Motion. Tactical Affair knocked a section of that flight flat as they head to the second last. Elixir D'Ainay from Tactical Affair back into second, then Whimsy, Micromanage. Action Motion running the home turn. Good run to the final flight. Elixir D'Ainay from Whimsy, who follows through on the inside of Tactical Affair, who's now ridden along. Then Action Motion and Micromanage. 2.5 furlongs to race and 1 flight to jump. It's Elixir D'Ainay. Round the bend, chased in by Whimsy, Tactical Affair, and then Action Motion, followed then by Micromanage. On the run towards the final flight, Elixir D'Ainay from Whimsy trying to draw level. These 2 kick away from Tactical Affair, Action Motion and Micromanage into the final flight. It's Elixir D'Ainay in front by 2 lengths to Whimsy. Elixir D'Ainay over the last from Whimsy. Back in third is Tactical Affair. 150 yards to go. It's Elixir D'Ainay from Whimsy, who's running a stormer in second, and third is Tactical Affair. Elixir D'Ainay is making up for lost time in the William Hill Length and Eurods hurdle, extending the winning afternoon of Mark Walsh, Willie Mullins and JP McManus. Whimsy second, Tactical Affair third.
Yes, he was strong at the top of the market. Elixir D'Ainay, first run since been knocked over virtually in the 2020 running of the Supreme Novices. That was won by Shishkin. And
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.